well. At the moment we've got a southeasterly wind of around about 30 miles an hour over the open deck, so quite a breezy one today. Outlook for the rest of the day, set to remain cloudy, possible intermittent showers, and that wind's going to stay up there at around about 25-30 miles an hour. Maximum temperatures 12 degrees Celsius, that's 56 degrees Fahrenheit. The ship has now been cleared by the local officials, and you may now proceed ashore at your leisure. Finally, I'd just like to remind you that all aboard time for this evening will be at 7:30, so all aboard for 7:30 this evening, please, and Grand Princess will then sail shortly afterwards for Vigo. Ladies and gents, we wish you a great stay with us here in Le Havre.
Bonjour. Good morning. Welcome to Le Havre. Le Havre is the name of the city and the port where we are. Welcome to Normandy and welcome to France. Right now we're going straight to the D-Day landing area. So we're just leaving the highway right now to enter into the village of Formigny. First on your left hand side, a first memorial, war memorial dedicated to the World War I. There is a memorial like this one in all the French villages with the names of the people of the village killed during the fightings of World War I. A cavalry, and in front of the bus, and very soon on your left hand side, another monument dedicated to another battle, the Battle of Formigny, the name of the village. This battle is not a battle of the World War II, but older one, a battle of Formigny. You see the church of the village on the right hand side with a graveyard around. On the right hand side, the museum. Just outside you can see a German gun, anti-aircraft gun, first on the right hand side, and two German pillbox, part of the Atlantic Wall. The one just on the right hand side with some holes, traces, some bullet traces on the side, weighing 60 tons of steel. At La Pointe De Hoc, so this cliff, the 2nd Ranger Battalion of the Colonel Ruder, James Ruder, landed just at the base of the cliff on the beach, and you will see the place they had to climb on top of the cliff while the Germans were waiting for them. So first thing, just in front of you right here, this is the beach where the Rangers landed. And you can see the cliff is scaled in 30 minutes, 100 feet high. Right here, a former anti-aircraft position, German anti-aircraft position. The first place taken by the Rangers, used as a main place for the Rangers. On the other side, the memorial to the 2nd Ranger Battalion on top of the fire control place. This place was the main German position until the 8th in the morning. 2 days of fighting right here. After the cliff on your back is the beach of Omaha. On the other side, on your left, you can see the Cotentin Peninsula and the sand beach of Utah, just in front of you, right here. So the cannons now just wrecked bunkers, because the cannons right here were able to fire both positions. So you can go straight to the remaining Omaha, the beach, very long beach of 4 miles along the shore. The landscape was, it's still right now quite different than the one of Utah, not flat at all, but the first assault wave was done by the 1st U.S. Infantry Division, nicknamed the Big Red One, as the insignia of the division, of course, was the Big Number 1. The first problem at Omaha, except the landscape, is that the bombers that were supposed to destroy the German fortifications dropped most of their bombs too far inland. So not even one German bunker had been destroyed by the bombings. And just very close on your right hand side there is a memorial to the 29th US Infantry Division, the Let's Go Division, the second wave at Omaha.
We should adopt democracy. I don't want to eat 18,800.
The US military cemetery that we're going to see just right now, in fact, after this. So there's no more tombs right here, just a memorial for the first US cemetery done during the D-Day at Omaha Beach. So you can see the landscape, how it is, how difficult it was to adapt, how easy it was to protect. Two on your right hand side, the first one is a huge cannon on carriage, the long-term gun, 155 millimeters, range of 15 miles. And after that, the M4 Sherman tanks, standard tank of the US Army and the British Army and all the Allied armies. And in front of it you have another kind of obstacle put by the General Rommel. We are going to the US military cemetery.
place from here. There's no sense walking through. Okay, now maybe it's actually.
Right here, same invention. Again, the Cotentin Peninsula with Cherbourg. On the side of the peninsula, Utah sector. Omaha right here with the Pointe De Hoc and the beach right here. After that, the British sector of Gold, Canadian sector of Juno, and British sector of Spur. So a very large front of 50 miles at a distance of 80 miles from England.
Ah bah tu veux vers vite, mi glisse ou pas mi glisse?
is a place without the trees, without all the vegetation that you can see. Just remember, low tide, this is high tide right now, so 100 yards on which the ice had run with water after the shoulders, holding the game like their hands, before to find a shelter only with this anti-tank wall and the obstacles put by the runner. After that, run at the top. The Germans were right here with machine gun, flamethrowers. Courage of this young man who landed right here to free Europe. So we drive along Charlie and Dog sector. On the other side, the last sector is Fox sector, codenamed before the D-Day, of course. And the name of the sector right here was Easy.
So our restaurant is a golf course. Don't worry, there is enough space for everybody. Not the golf course, but the clubhouse. Sorry. There's enough space for everybody. But sector, and after that, to visit the museum sector of Arromanches, before to go back to do some shuffles, and to Le Havre after that. But don't worry, you're going to have time to visit the museum. I don't exactly know the population of Arromanches, but it's just a small village, let's say around 3,000 people.
Thank you.
So you see the museum is just on your right hand side in your back.
Stop.
Ça, avec les 30 € des capsules.
So from here we shall follow the shore up to Courseulles.
Yes, yes. Oh, I'm sure. But as I said, I've appreciated this trip, getting out in the countryside today.
We are going to drive along the gold sector, and after that the Canadian sector of Juno, before to go back to Caen first and to Le Havre after that. Sides. The chassis is the one of a Shaman tank that completely transformed to be used as an artillery piece, used by the 50th Northumbrian Infantry Division as mobile artillery, but it's not exactly a tank. How lucky you are. First, your ship is waiting for you. And moreover, you just had a small sample of the traditional weather of Normandy. And after that, the day was pretty fine, not too many rain. So first I would like to thank Jacqueline for his nice driving in spite of some special people. I would like to thank all of you for your attention. I hope you enjoy this day in Normandy. You know that you can come back and spend 1 or 2 weeks in Normandy, France, Paris, a lot of different places. So, I'm just going to tell you thank you very much, merci beaucoup, and see you next time. So, au revoir, à bientôt.
Somewhat blustery conditions we've experienced today. I'm pleased to say we've now got everyone back on board, and everything's burning and turning as it should. All our pre-departure checks are now satisfactorily completed, and I've just been informed that the pilot has just walked up the gangway, so very shortly we'll be on our way. So anyway, looking at sailing in around about 10 minutes time. And the manoeuvre this evening, once we've come off the berth, we'll be swinging ahead into the swinging basin. Fairly windy out there, so we will be using one tug, and then we'll swing the ship 180 degrees to starboard, and then proceed out through the harbour and into the buoyed channel outside the entrance there. Then we'll set out onto a westerly course, and of course that'll take us all the way down to Ushant and the Bay of Biscay. Ladies and gents, I hope you have a great evening on board Grand Princess.